Yes!
Hey everyone, Dante here with the Raging Geek, and today we're going to take a look at ED-209. This is from the RoboCop movie series. This is from NECA and Reel Toys. Got this at Target. It was $84.99. Now, I haven't really seen these out in the wild. This was the first time I saw it. When I picked it up from the shelf, I was a little hesitant at first. Sometimes you get these things from retailers and you could probably get a better deal online, but actually online these tended to be a little bit higher in price, so I was pleasantly surprised. And they tend to go, I want to say, anywhere between 90 to $100, and from there, the prices can go up a lot more. I've seen them as high as $150 in some cases, but I think for a new one, you could find some pre-owns for probably around $80, $85, similar to retail price at Target, but as far as new ones, you're probably, for the most part, looking at around $100 with shipping, I want to say, give or take $10. So, back to the figure, RoboCop ED-209, the original bad guy, aside from, the corporate executives at OCP. But, this was pretty much RoboCop's arch nemesis, the only one who could stand up to him as far as firepower, muscle to muscle, or metal to metal. But yeah, at the end, RoboCop made quick work of him with that big. It almost looked like a 50 caliber on steroids rifle. It was like an explosive shell 50 cal. But yeah, it took him out one shot. The ED-209, when they first rolled him out in the boardroom, they had that mishap where, they had one of the, I want to say, upper management, grab a firearm and, they were going to do like a mock arrest scenario. And ED-209 pretty much, once he engaged and was convinced that the perpetrator had a weapon, even if the perp dropped it, he was going to use lethal force. So, interesting scene in the movie. Morbidly amusing. ED-209. Now, this is a big box. I also have my RoboCop NECA here. And, you can see the scale seems to be about right. ED-209 is considerably larger as far as bulk. No hands, just a lot of firepower on ED-209. So, let's open this box. Let's take a look. This is RoboCop ED-209, the future of law enforcement from OCP. ED-209 has superior firepower and the reflexes to use it. Developed by Omni Consumer Products. Let's take a closer look. So, ED-209, just a couple of key features to highlight. One, if you push button, it activates authentic sound effects and dialogue. 2, extending legs, so these legs can extend on these hydraulic pistons here. And 3, it's fully articulated. So as you can see, the detail on this is really good. I mean, you could probably make your own stop motion animation with this ED-209 here. Great likeness. Zoom in a bit for you. Get a super zoom in here for you, so you can see all that is ED-209. Down to the feet. Now the feet don't articulate. It's just the hydraulic piston, so you can get elevation adjustment with the pistons, and I'll show you how to do that. The actual legs at the hips move forward and back. The waist moves side to side, so the head unit kind of rotates around, and it tilts up and down, you know, like this, and it rotates like that. And the arms, you get some good motion. You know, they rotate, I want to say 360, but you have the shoulder guards here. They do go up a bit. The gun, his turrets on his, which are his arms, you know, they turn, totally rotate 360. He has a rocket launcher here on the left that kind of slides in and out. And I'll go through all that right now with you. You can step aside, Robo. Show you the future of law enforcement here. And you can see the height difference, and his legs aren't even fully extended up. I mean, right now they're only about, like, I want to say a third of what they can go up. So, you know, you're probably looking at that much higher than Robo. So pretty accurate depiction as far as scale. And, you know, we'll start from the legs up. The one thing I don't like about this, my biggest gripe with this, is the hydraulic pistons to adjust the height. And it's not that, you know, it doesn't work and it's not good. It's just, I mean, there only seems to be like a forceful way to adjust these. And if you can see, you know, you basically, you know, you take this notch here and you basically just go up or down like so. And, you know, there's really no release lever or anything like that, you know, to make it glide smoothly up and down. So, you know, I don't know what the life expectancy on something like that is. I mean, they're probably just some plastic nubs or flaps that, you know, are keeping this in place. So, you know, I don't know how often you know, how long you'll be able to get away doing that. And just so you know, I mean, the legs have a little play, the feet have a little play, but it's, you know, they don't, I wouldn't say they articulate in any significant way. I mean, but they do kind of shimmy a little bit. Legs, he walks. So I don't know if you remember, you know, when Robo kind of took him down the staircase and he couldn't really deal with that. I mean, that's what you're looking at here. I mean, ED-209 really is only made for flat surfaces. And so if you move his legs, he's not going to stand on his own. But well, unless you do something like that, yeah, you could get away with like some sort of walking motion. But for the most part, ED-209, he likes to stand his feet firmly on the ground. So yeah, you know, he'll go up and down like this. And And his shoulder flaps will go up a bit. And, you know, I think they try to use these flaps in a kind of like to express emotions. When Ed-209 was confused, you know, the flaps would go up. He'd be like kind of flustered. He'd be like, you know, kind of like at attention. It's like, what's going on? He's like, his arms, you can see they move like this. You know, they could technically go all around. So they do totally revolve. You know, you just got to be mindful of the shoulder guards here. They pretty much act like an arm would as far as the joints, except for the wrist. They can totally revolve like completely 360. And this is how it's supposed to be. You know, as far as position wise, his gun is supposed to be like that. That's how the artwork shows it. And like this. And his rocket launcher, you can see. I'll get a close look at that. His rocket launcher here. It'll basically slide up like that. And that's how his rocket launcher. You know, it doesn't seem, the last rocket, and I didn't want to force it, it doesn't seem to clear the, I want to say the guard here. So you can only, well, at least as far as mine is concerned, I mean, I can only manage to clear 2 rockets. It doesn't seem to go beyond that. If anyone else has luck getting theirs to go up, I'm curious if it goes up all the way or is it, that's just by design. And you see it goes back down. He didn't do this in RoboCop 1, but if you remember RoboCop 2, he was kind of riding Kane. And then like finding cracks in the design and like just let him have it with his 50 cal. Halt! You are under arrest. Get off my head. So sound effects. Let's see what this has. I'm curious because you know, I have been known to do my own sound effects. I don't know if anyone has ever noticed, but let's see if these are better than mine. Now I'm going to search for the button here. Oh, and here we go. So, are you ready? I don't know what that is. Sound like a lot of noise. That one's pretty good. That's the one in the boardroom where the guy has the gun and he drops it, and Ed-209 doesn't seem to acknowledge him dropping the gun, so he just commences with the countdown to 0. Well, let's see what happens when we get to 0. So they pretty much just ripped this from the actual movie. So these are all movie authentic sounds. And you can hear the screams in the background. OCP's finest. The brains behind OCP. I tell you that. Yeah, that's when RoboCop lets him have it. This is great. I love it. I could just listen to this all day. This is a great toy. Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, you know, it's hard to find, and I've probably said this before, you know, it's really hard to find good toys these days. I mean, they're either just cheap as can be, you know, no details, you know, whoever designed this watched the movie, put a lot of effort into capturing all the details, pretty much got all the sound clips that personify ED-209. It's great. I mean, the details up close are great. You know, look at some of these details here with the wiring. I mean, it's really good. The metal paneling, great. It's got a good paint job. It's got that real gritty OCP look from the 80s. You know, that 80s technology look. I mean, hey, it's not even that far off. I mean, if you look at Tesla's new Cybertruck, I mean, this is pretty much what you're looking at, minus the heavy artillery here and the vibe it gives off. And it's bulletproof. Great figure. ED-209. Just so you know, I mean, how this stands about, I want to say, it's about, and I don't have it fully extended, but you're looking at about 9.5 inches, I want to say. And that's it, ED-209. You can find it at your local Target. Search around. Retail's probably your best bet. They had a couple of used options out there, but you know, you're looking at the same price as retail pretty much. So you know, if you can find it retail, get it retail. And you know, they're around. They're not just at Target. You know, I've seen them on. They're actually a little bit more expensive on Amazon. So you could probably get it for like, I think I saw it on Amazon for like $90 with free shipping. The future of law enforcement. This was The Raging Geek. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come again soon. Take care. Robo, what do you think about ED-209? Stay out of trouble.
Raging Geek. Retro. All things geek. Where geeks can be geeks. Raging Geek. Retro. All things geek. Where geeks can be geeks.